Oh, hi, I was just catching up on some security reading. I got a little behind. I'm Bill Pfeiffer, a worldwide technical field strategist here at Juniper. I'll let you sort through the acronym for that. And we wanted to talk a little bit about the security space. The security technology space these days is pretty active, so we wanted to create a series of short videos to help keep you up to date on the latest goings-on. We'll try to keep them short, useful, and fairly fun, so that it's worth your time to keep clicking on play and finding out what comes next. To kick us off, I really wanted to take a step back in time and talk about security. If you think back to the 1990s, security, being secure, really basically meant that you had a stateful firewall deployed on your perimeter somewhere. Fast forward to the 2000s, the aughties, the noughties, whatever you want to call them, and security basically meant, again, a stateful firewall. Maybe you deploy some unified threat management, some anti-spam, some network-based antivirus, and you might even go so far as to put some IPS, intrusion prevention or intrusion detection, depending, on your high-value systems to look deeper into those packets and see what's really traversing your network for more intense security. Then we get into the late 2000s, early 2010s. All the hype, all the discussion seems to be focused on next-gen firewalling. It's a pretty complex topic, and it all kind of packs into one box. So I wanted to hand us off to Keir Asher, who's one of our security specialist SEs here at Juniper, to talk a little bit about next-gen firewalling, current state of security, and kind of where we go from here. So over to you, Keir.
I guess. Well, yeah, I like movies with gladiators in them. What does that have to do with anything? Hey, can I give you a call back? Hang on, I'll call you back. Bye. Hey Bill, sorry about that. I didn't expect you so soon. So, great lead up. And yes, I want to go into a little bit of detail on some of that history and then also where it's taking us going forward as far as security is concerned. So let's harken back to the 80s with, they brought us great things like Super Mario Brothers, Boba Fett, as well as the definition of the antivirus, or the virus, the computer virus. That was given to us by this man, Fred Cohen. So he essentially came up with the term computer virus in 1984. 1987, he published, or basically did a demonstration that pointed out that essentially there's no computer algorithm out there, or going forward will ever be, that can possibly predict or detect perfectly any computer virus or its variant. So if you think about antivirus, it's signatures. So that would be finite with the infinite number of possibilities that can't be detected. So if we move on, like you mentioned, essentially the 90s brought us packet filtering, the first firewall, the second version or second iteration, second gen firewall would be stateful firewall, third gen would be stateful firewall plus or app firewall. And that brings us into NGV. So next-gen firewall, and if you ask 10 different people, you're going to get 10 different answers on what the heck that actually is. One thing though that it does allow for us to do as security professionals is go wider and deeper. Insert your own joke there. But basically it's doing that with a methodology that's been around since the 80s. If you think about it, it's really all signature based as well as ports. So another kind of signature, right? It's defining what it can see and what it can understand when it's trying to attack problems that are indefinable. The other thing that we bring up here with the NGFW, Next-Gen Firewall, is a basic understanding of compliance versus security. Too often they get interchanged, and that's not the case at all. So let's define compliance basically being it's allowing access to certain users. So basically giving you access to go look at
Facebook.
And not allowing me to go look at
Facebook.
And then basically when you go to those
Facebook.
you get infected with malware, and I don't because I can't even get to it in the first place. So how does security come into play? Still allows you that compliance features, but it's going to stop the malware from getting to you or getting out from you to you. So a little differentiation there that really needs to kind of be defined. So with that also will bring us to our next series of videos, or video, is the inside out versus outside in definition of security. And really what we're trying to do is identify and separate those two and treat them as different problems. And if you think of them as problems or tools, we need to find the right tools for the right job. So we'll go into that in the next video. And until then, stay safe out there. Thanks.